what does AI chart do? AI chart basically unlocks all the actionable insights. This data is already lying with you. So if you are an existing user of Tenneo LMS, you know that the system actually captures about 900 plus data points. And all these data points are represented or presented to you in the form of different reports and dashboards. Hence AI charts, which lets you play around with it, which turns your raw data into narratives. You can get a lot of insights from it, and I'll show you how. So that's the first capability of AI charts, where you can just type in plain English questions like we just discussed, that I can just ask that, show me where is the which venue is facing the maximum challenge with attendance, or which training is facing the maximum challenge, or any of the maybe a trend. So, it's not just restricted to one type of chart, but you can ask any question. What the system basically does is, even after you've asked the question, it'll give you smart suggestions. It'll use your language to actually correct and show data appropriate suggestions. They are saying that, did you mean that? And that way it'll give you a lot of suggestions, and you can just select from those and then go on with your data analysis. Additionally, what it does is, because we've spoken about a lot of data at the back end, but representing every data or every information, you would also put in a lot of energy in thinking that which chart is the best, which format is the best. Is it going to be like a pie chart? Is it going to be a bar graph? Is it going to be a line trend? So all of these, if any of these trends is something that, or any of these charts is something that you would actually think of, this AI charts can actually auto select these charts for you. Even after that, if there's a selection that's made, you can switch between charts. You can switch between, you can switch from a chart to a data table or even a text summary. And these charts in itself are, ready with all these, insights, with all these labels, and you can just take a snapshot and use it for your presentations or for sharing across with any of your managers. In fact, in addition to these charts, in addition to understanding your instructions, it also gives you some insights. Every chart will give you 3 clear insights saying that what are the trends, who's the top or bottom performer, what are the anomalies that were found. So all of these, so you're not just creating a chart for yourself or for your managers or for someone else's consumption. You even have this insight saying that how to use this data, or what decision can I draw out of it. So that entire thing is handled by AI charts. So this is plain and simple AI charts. It does not involve any any integrations with your existing system, with your existing LMS. It's a very easy to use product where you can decide, say as a super administrator, you can decide that I want to give certain rights to certain people. Say, for example, Mehak is my business head, and I do not, she would not be requiring, something like a conversation. She would just require the final output. So I can give her the visualizer rights. I can give someone else, maybe Homi, if she required, a more detailed analysis or more data sources, I could expose them to her. So that way I can control the entire thing. I can control what data, who gets to see and who gets to play around with. When this is actually provided to the customers, all these data sources that you see on my left-hand side are pre-configured for you, with the flexibility that you can have more data sources that you want to add any day. So all of those flexibilities are available to you. For the purpose of this webinar, I have created few data sources in advance, which are around 3 critical things that we analyze day in and day out about the usage. How's the platform being used? From where is it used? Then learning information as well as training information. So these are 3 things that I have, pre-configured, pre-added. What happens in AI charts is the first thing that you do is you just decide the AI source. As soon as I decided the AI source, it automatically gave me some suggested questions, because it understands the context. It understands that, yes, we are talking about something, we're talking about a usage. So the most asked questions, or the most frequently most asked questions, is something that it has already given me. So compare average login duration, app versus web, top 10 departments by total learning accessed, weekly active users, etc., etc. These are 3 questions that it has shared with me. I can either just choose from there if it just resonates with me, or what I can do is I can type in my query over here, like I just explained. It has to be just a conversational English wordings. And here I also have the option of chart, table, and text if I want to select. Otherwise, the AI chart is smart enough. It will give me the information. It will choose the type also on its own. So, say for example, I'm just typing in a query saying daily active users unique for last month. Okay, I just added this, and I want to add a device type also. So I keyed in this query. So as you see, I'm not really told it that it has to have these filters, it has to have these kind of details. Nothing has been mentioned. I just gave in a query, as we would converse, as I remembered that I had to add device type also, that also I added. And I just wrote this down for me. Now, what it is doing at the back right now is it is validating this entire information, because it is, it is trying to understand, trying to make sense of it, as well as it'll create certain options for me as people would actually analyze the data. So from my raw query to a more structured format of the query is what it is going to create. And then it'll tell me that these are the options. Do you want any of those, or do you want to maybe type in another query or ask something else? So just allow it a few seconds while it is coming up. So it's now on designing visual strategies and building the charts. So according to the suggestions that it feels that out of this query, what could be the different suggestions, it's now started creating those charts also, so that if as soon as I click select one of those, it'll have a ready visualization available for me. Now, these charts, these options, like I said, would also be, it'll also tell me that which graph is, or which chart type is the best for these. So it has come up with these 3 suggestions for me. It says that I found 3 ways to analyze this data. You can select any of those. First is daily active users, which are unique by day and device for the last calendar month. And this is going to be a trend, a line chart. The second is by day and device, rolling last 30 days. And the third one is normalized device type. So it has given me 3 options. Now I can select any of these, or I can type in another query. Let me just select the first one and see what kind of output it's generating for me. While it's getting generated, it has also given me a suggested question as the next question to analyze this also better. Now it's given me on the left hand side, if you see, it says daily active users, which are unique, and on the on the x-axis, it has got the dates. And for the entire June month, this is the data that it has given me with all the labels mentioned. So the blue suggests the app, while the red is the web. So this kind of dashboard, which you would either download the data from a source and then fine tune and then create this entire thing by just typing in a simple query, I was able to generate. And that's not it. What I can additionally do is I can put in some filters. Say, for example, I want to say that remove certain dates, or remove certain type of users, or remove anything. So that kind of filters, if I want additionally, I can put, or I can requery. I can save this snapshot, save this chart, saying that DAU by device last month. So what will then happen is, since I mentioned last month now, whenever the data gets refreshed, it will refresh by the last 30 days, by the last month. If I had said June specifically, or if I would put it in that filter, it'll become fixated and it'll remain for June. But now every month it'll get refreshed, and I'll always have this refresh data. When I'm in August, I'll have this entire data available for July. So that way the data gets refreshed automatically whenever I'm coming back to it. If I want to use it, or if I want to share it, I can just take a snapshot and add it to my presentation, or share it on a mail, whatever I want. But the best, and the most used feature is this insights. Even after getting this entire dashboard created in just a jiffy, you have something that is insights, which are 3 quick insights about this data and how you can use it further. So that insights say that web logins consistently have higher daily active users compared to app logins, indicating a preference for web access. You can further drill down saying that what time of the day was the app most used, or what time of the day was the web most used. So you're not getting more information because it gave you a insight about that. It's given me another insight that on June 6th, there was a significant drop in daily active users. So, say, for example, if you're launching something, if you're in the Diwali era time duration, or if there's anything. So if you want to find out that, there was, when the AI gives you this information that there was on a certain date or in a certain week, there was a slight dip, then you can analyze it further that what happened. Was it because of a sales promotion going on and my sales team was not available to do any learning, or was it something else? Was it a system error? Was the LMS not available? So that kind of analysis you can do further when you get such an insight. The third one is the highest number of daily active users for both device types combined occurred on June 2nd with a total of 15 users. So 15 unique users logged in on one day, which is June 2nd, which is the highest for the entire. So again, that analysis also you can do further because you've got that insight with you. So like I said, further you can go within it. You can have more insights about not just one dashboard or one data source. You can have a combination of these data source, and you can just talk to them. Say if you want to know that which course led to more skills being, people consuming that course, and the skill enhancement had been the most. So that way, that type of questions is what you can ask, which traditionally using those reports which were available to you, you would be actually restricted in your thinking. So this opens that for you, and the sky is the limit in that thing. Now, once all of this is done, you can what you can additionally do is since you've saved these charts, you can also create dashboards. So if you see on my left hand side, I have created for certain dashboards. Since we are on usage, let me go to that dashboard itself. And this dashboard also gets refreshed every time I reopen it. So right now my dashboard says, I've added two charts to it. I can add up to 4 charts. So I can just click over here. I can add more charts to it. So any chart that you've saved becomes available over here with the refresh data whenever you're accessing the next time. And here you get the complete analysis saying that, okay, what were the daily active users by type? What were the daily active users by corporate? So say, for example, if your, your organization has, a parent-child way of, showing data, making LMS available to your users, then you can do that analysis even by corporate. You can add n number of elements to it, and it'll, just structure that entire thought that you had in your mind and create a chart out of it. So that entire thing. Plus, you can expand it. You can, again, look at those AI insights. You can even download the the underlying data if you want to, make it available. Otherwise, that entire thing is available. Or you can just you analyze it from here, add more charts whenever you want. To conclude, what AI charts basically is going to do for you is because of its zero configuration, it'll allow you to have a lot of you can just play and plug and play with this. It'll automate all your best practices. You can visualize better. You can you can reduce this entire time that you were spending in extracting all this information. In your case, Sonali, because you said that one of your major challenges, filtering out this entire data. So that also it'll help you in doing, and it is context aware. So say, for example, if I'm on a certain, if I'm asking it a certain thing, say, for example, in my terminology, my organization terminology is different than, say, Sonali's or Homi's, then or Mehek's for that matter, then it'll be aware of this entire thing. It'll reflect the relevant variables. It'll understand that and share the data. So quiz scores, drop-offs, where did the maximum drop-off happen? So that kind of analysis, entire thing you can do just by conversing with it.